Indian economic updates. Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman highlighted the surge in goods and services tax (GST) collections, surpassing 2 lakh crore in March due to heightened economic activity. Sitharaman emphasized GST's proper impact, reducing taxes on essential items and exempting various goods and services. She underscored the cooperative federalism aspect of GST, noting significant tax buoyancy improvements for states. In April, GST collections hit a record high of 2.10 lakh crore, reflecting a 12.4% increase from the previous year. Sitharaman debunked the notion of central revenue dominance, emphasizing states' strengthened fiscal position with a buoyancy ratio of 1.22. The GST Council's structure exemplifies cooperative federalism. In FY23, the proportion of spending on transport, health, and education in private final consumption expenditure rose to 26.9%, marking a shift in consumption patterns. This surpassed pre-pandemic levels and reached the highest point since FY12. Vehicle purchases constituted 1.7% of private consumption, an 11-year high. Transport's share increased to 17.3% from 16.6% in the previous year. Despite food still holding a significant share at 29.5%, it declined from its FY14 peak of 31.6%. Experts note a divergence in consumption trends, reflecting a K-shaped recovery, with disparities between discretionary and staple spending, rural and urban sectors, and affluent and broad-based households. Shares of state-owned banks, NBFCs, and infrastructure firms tumbled up to 10% on Monday due to the Reserve Bank of India's stricter draft guidelines on project loan financing and accounting. The proposed regulations, aimed at averting accounting shocks, could strain the balance sheets and valuation multiples of these entities. The Nifty PSU Bank Index fell by 3.66%, the Nifty PSE Index by 2.79%, and the BSE Infrastructure Index by 2.28%. Investors witnessed a staggering erosion of 1.83 lakh rupees crore in wealth from public sector stocks. Analysts anticipate increased credit costs for PSBs and potential impacts on lenders' profitability and provisioning. Reliance Jio, Bharti Airtel, and Vodafone Idea are poised to vie for 5G spectrum worth 96,317.65 crore rupees in the upcoming auction from 6 June. Despite ample 5G airwaves, experts anticipate subdued bidding. Only existing telcos have applied, unlike the previous round in 2022. Bands ranging from 800 MHz to 26 GHz will be available. Airtel and Vodafone Idea primarily seek spectrum renewal in select circles. Analysts predict the government may garner up to $2 billion. In the last auction, over 1.5 lakh rupees crore was raised. The auction was postponed from 20th May due to elections. Successful bidders will have payment flexibility and no spectrum usage charges. Tata Electronics Ltd has commenced exporting semiconductor chips from its Bengaluru R&D center to partners in Japan, the US, and Europe, signaling India's semiconductor capabilities. These packaged chips are part of a pilot initiative, with plans for a new packaging unit in Assam and a $10 billion foundry in Gujarat. Additionally, the company is nearing completion of tape-outs for chips in various nanometer ranges. The exported chips, adaptable for diverse applications, mark Tata's foray into global markets, including a strategic deal with Tesla. As Tata prepares for future fabs, it aims to showcase its end-to-end expertise and secure its position in semiconductor design and manufacturing.